Welcome to this week's energy forecast. I am Rachael Phillips, the creator of the BEYOU Oracle Cards and also of the Sacred Oracle online program. This week's energy forecast is for July the 6th through till July the 12th, with the overall theme being Discernment of Self. So let's go in and explore and discover how this gorgeous message unfolds through the Oracle cards. Monday and Tuesday is the card of Pathways. Wednesday through till Friday is the card of Limitations. And the weekend's beautiful message is from the card called Dreams. Now, the start of the week with Monday through to, and Tuesday is the card of Pathways is about being able to ask yourself, because the card is about understanding that happiness is an inside job. Every image on this card is those beautiful little circles on this card is about compasses, about being able to discern within your own self what is generating more happiness. And the discernment of self is having that understanding of having the ability to judge well. So being able to know that with Mercury retrograde still occurring and with the full moon that we just had last weekend is about being able to get a preview from the inside out as to what is generating happiness and what is not generating as much happiness as you would like, and being able to judge well as to how or what it is that you can do to bring things back into balance. Remember, our emotions go through this beautiful cycle, and like a compass, it's a circle where you may have felt, because with the full moon, it highlights areas for you to be able to clear in order to make more available gorgeous space, for always to be able to manifest your dreams, to be able to attract more of what you want, to go on that gorgeous journey of going within and unlocking more and more magic within your own self. So when you are observing and previewing areas that it could be a pattern, it could be a cycle, it could be an experience, a person, it could be just within your own self, noticing that there may have been a particular theme that's been brought up into your world where your happiness levels are not at the most optimal level, and being able to preview what is it that you can do to bring that back into balance. How do you shift from something that's not generating as much happiness and shift it into a space that is? The way in which I feel is always such a beautiful way to gauge and move through this time is to be able to go in and check in with your soul. What is it that I can do to generate more happiness in this area, if you know what that area is? So you may have had a preview that it could be feeling more of a victim, not feeling yourself, not being proactive in taking actionable steps. Where is it in that space that you feel is not generating the happiness that you would like? And be objective on what it is that you can do. When we understand that we are incredibly powerful beings with the ability to create rapid shifts just about automatically, because the moment that we have awareness that something's not generating as much happiness is the moment where we get to have that transformative time where we go, okay, well, that's not doing as well as what I would like, but I can do this, and that's going to give me the result that I want. Happiness is always going to be about this journey of exploration, about being able to understand where you're at, what's being brought up into your beautiful awareness, and being able to know that you have everything within you to be able to shift and bring things back into alignment. And this is how you understand that. Sometimes I find that happiness is something that we delegate and give to other people through examples of being able to say, oh, when this is better, I'll feel happy. When someone does that for me, then I'll be happy. And we disempower ourselves by giving that away to other people without recognizing that the very thing that you require is from within you. And that is where the potency originates from, is understanding it is you that is powerful. And by bringing back that power back to yourself, generates more alignment and flow and total empowerment to know that you have the ability to shift where you have been to where you want to be. And with the full moon, it gives us that space. Through surrendering and releasing, we're always creating more available space for gorgeousness to come through. So that's with Monday and Tuesday. As we lead through to the midweek of Wednesday through to Friday, is the card of limitations. Is understanding that you are the only person that is holding yourself back. The thing that comes through the most with this message for me this week is about noticing how easy it is to get distracted from the very place of where you want to be. And so therefore writing down a goals list or a to-do list is a really great way to keep yourself on track, because you, as you know, where you put your focus becomes your attention. So if you have a list written down, it's that gorgeous intuitive nudge saying, these are the things that are super important. And as you mark those things off the list that you've accomplished, it's going to generate more happiness as well, and shift your thought processes and look at how to use your time more wisely, and how do you generate that warrior or warrioress within your own self to be able to achieve everything that you want, so that come the end of the week you feel amazing within your own self, because you have made choices that align with the direction that you want to go and the person that you want to be as well. And so that you're working and operating on that beingness and that doingness level within your own self. So when you have a list, it's like, sweet, I know every morning where I need to be able to focus my attention. What are the steps that I want to take? How is it that I can utilize my energy in a much more productive way? Where does my mindset need to be? Where does my energy need to be channeled towards in order to be able to achieve all the things that we've written down? Therefore, you have more of an ability to break through those limitations. The gorgeous things about Oracle cards is that give us a preview as to the potential energy that is occurring this week, but it also gives you gorgeous insider information on how to overcome any energy that has the potential to not make you feel as awesome as you would like. So the limitations card is understanding that your fears and doubts will arise, and that is okay. Mercury retrograde gives us truth bombs. Truth bombs in the form of being mindful of where your thoughts are at, being truthful with yourself if you've been procrastinating, or bringing up little stories or justifications why you're not where you want to be, or the version of self that you know that you are capable of operating from. And it brings it into your awareness to go, hey, you're so much stronger than that. You're so much better. Step up. Don't let these things hold you back. So this is where we can tune into the energy of Mercury retrograde, because most people think that it's brings in disaster and destruction. But there is also this elevated level of precision in your intuitiveness. Your intuition will be nudging you exactly in the direction of what to do. It's up to you from that human perspective if you are going to step into that space of working cohesively with your soul and the universe, and with this beautiful energy from Mercury retrograde, giving you an opportunity to see your own limitations for what they are, breaking through those limitations and stepping into that, really embodying that inner courageous strength person through the discernment of self. Now that gives us all of these I want to use the word pathways even though it's the card. It's the pathways towards happiness as you lead towards the weekend, where your dreams become more highlighted, and through having your list of things that you're ticking off is getting you closer and closer towards your dreams every single day. So therefore, when you come to the weekend, you feel accomplished, you feel satisfied, you feel abundantly happy, and that beautiful circle like the Pathways card presents with all the compasses, brings you back into flow and alignment. And your dreams are about recognizing that they don't have an expiry date. A lot of the times I find that we can cut our dreams short because we create these really rigid timelines. Now, don't get me wrong, it's important to have a timeline as a way to propel you to keep taking those steps forward. But it's also in time to have that behavioral flexibility to go, okay, maybe my timeline was a little bit too short, and a lot of things have happened that have that are making the process towards unlocking my dreams taking a little bit longer. But that doesn't mean that I can't achieve them. It doesn't mean that I can't have them. So I feel like this is a beautiful time come the weekend to reassess where you're actually at, and recognizing you're not at the start point in your dream process. Your dream was ignited and it's passionate and it's flowing through you in every single cell, and even more so in between the fluid of your cells. Every part of your beingness is working towards making these dreams come true. Now you have that opportunity to assess exactly where you're at, and looking at where you're at, where you want to be. And if you have found that creating that to-do list worked really, really well for you, then keep continuing to use that process until such times as you've achieved your dreams. And this is important to know that your dreams involve macro steps, but also micro steps, which all take time. So this is where we learn to use our time more wisely. Investing our energy in the direction of our dreams and having them written down gives us an opportunity to keep working towards them, becoming aware of those limitations and that our happiness as well, and bringing those more into flow state so that they're working for your optimal level of achieving those dreams. Your dreams are something, they're more than just dreams. They're about little soulful messages that have come through directly from the most wisest part within yourself that is giving you almost like, the thing I see in my mind is like seeing this little video of watching a movie of how you're going to feel when you have achieved that dream. What is it that is the end goal? What is that feeling that you want to achieve through this dream? And most of the times I find that our dreams don't just involve how is it going to change you as a person, and how is it going to light up your world when you know that you have achieved them, but it's going to change the lives of lots of other people. Now, when we think about our dreams, sometimes we can get so focused in on our own self, and that can create tension and fear and distraction within our own self, because obviously when we're chasing dreams, our fears and doubts comes to the surface. So in order to be able to overcome that is about remembering that those dreams are going to change the lives of other people. Allow that feeling of how amazing it's going to feel when you can see that your dreams have changed the lives of someone else, and allow that to become your focus. So therefore you're always working towards that transformation of other people, and knowing that as you transform other people, that's transforming you too. It takes sometimes a lot of that pressure off, and it decompresses those fears and those doubts that can be circulating and coming through to the surface. So as you can see on this dreams card, on the girl's shoulder is the beautiful dream, what's it called, dream catcher, I'll get that out. And from there it has a key, it has some beautiful feathers and some gorgeous little beads on there. The feathers are about understanding, as you know from last week's energy forecast, is that your past over loved ones, your spirit guides, are all working towards providing every single step and supporting you along that pathway to achieving your dreams. So ask for their support. allow the universe to know how they can best support you at this time, and therefore having a list written down gives you that review of being able to go, oh, in this area I'm going to need more support as I go through and accomplish this task, or I may need some assistance on elevating my mindset and being more focused in this direction. So therefore, asking for help, because remember, you don't need to do this journey alone. So the feathers on the dream catcher is about remembering that there is available cosmic assistance there for you to be able to tap into, help support you. The key is about understanding that you need to be working on your dreams on a two-part phase. One is about understanding that to unlock your dreams, how many times as we get closer to our dreams that we start to suppress them and make them really rigid and box them in. Unlock your dreams, allow them to breathe in all of this gorgeous energy of that feeling that you want. And by unlocking the feeling of accomplishment, achievement, knowing that what you are working towards is going to change the lives, unlocks your passion and your commitment and your determination, and therefore brings you back into an alignment and flow. Those beads that are there are about recognizing every little step that you're taking. And on the beads, you may not be able to see clearly, but like one side is shadowed and one side is crystal clear. It's about through that circle that there is a cycle. Everything seems so clear and you have so much clarity and so much focus and direction, and then the shadow part comes through, which are fears and doubts, but it's operating on a circle and on a cycle. Where are you in that cycle? Are you sitting in the shadow phase of your fears and doubts and knowing that you're moving back into that clarity? And this can also give you so much more insider information as to where you're at in your journey. So as you can see, there is a very big, vast majority of the imagery on all of these cards are all encompassing a beautiful circle. It's about understanding that there is that circle of life. We can either resist it and get stuck, or we can use that to our advantage and check in to see, where are you in that circle of life? Are you stuck in the shadows, or are you moving into the expansion of light and focus and clarity? And all of these are working towards having that discernment of self, to know that you have the ability to judge well exactly where you're at, because that is what Mercury retrograde provides us with, those truth bombs. And we can really harness them and grab onto them and use those to our advantage, or we can use those as excuses and justifications and sit back and hide in the shadows of our former self, whilst our soul yearns to move towards that levels of happiness. So remember, you have all the power within you to create the life that you desire and want. And this is the week where there are some beautiful, amazing shifts occurring that you can connect into to be able to harness this beautiful message that's coming through, and know that your soul is always working with you for your most highest optimal level. So I wish you an incredibly amazing week. Much love, take care, and look after yourself.